WestJet is laying off more than 3,000 employees as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to devastate the travel industry. The Calgary-based airline will contract out operations at all but 4 of the 38 Canadian airports where it operates. WestJet employed more than 14,000 workers before the pandemic in March, but now has a payroll of just 4,500. And Richard Southern joins us now for a look at some of the other top business stories today. Hey, Richard. Yesterday, we were talking about the major layoffs at the Toronto International Film Festival. We just heard there about WestJet. Today, we're getting a look at the plans for this year's TIFF events.
Yeah, Janella, maybe the two hardest hit industries here, airlines and the movie business. And as you say, yes, just after announcing layoffs yesterday, Toronto International Film Festival this afternoon detailing what this year's festival is going to look like. It's going to be dramatically scaled down. However, TIFF says there will be some in-person movie screenings if the Ontario government allows it. They are going to space people out in the theaters, but they also say, Janella, they will do drive-in movie screenings. And they'll have some screens outdoors for people to sit and watch. There's going to be 50 films, all told, in the festival, smaller number than in previous years. All the award ceremonies, all the red carpet events that we love to see, and all the news conferences, they're all going to happen online. And there's also going to be a number of movies screened online as well. So it's going to look a lot different. You know, TIFF said yesterday they're expecting revenues to be 50% below last year. It's a big trouble for the city economically, because the festival relies on, people flying in from the States, reporters coming in, fans coming in, spending money at the hotels and the restaurants. That's not going to happen on a big scale this year, Janella.
It's big business for the whole city, so it will definitely have a ripple effect on everyone. Okay, well, we know that the restaurant patios are opening, the barber shops, the nail salons in Toronto and Peel as part of Stage 2. But along with that, some of the city's top tourist attractions will also be back in business soon.
Yeah, they're eager to get back at it for sure. So we heard from a number of them today. Ripley's Aquarium included. Ripley says it's going to open this Friday. You have to buy your tickets online, though, and they're going to space out the tickets. They're going to have times on them to make sure nobody bunches up there in the aquarium. Toronto Zoo will reopen this Saturday. Again, you got to buy online. They'll space the tickets out. Everyone has to walk on a one-way path. Face coverings, the zoo says, will be encouraged but not mandatory. Royal Ontario Museum set to announce its reopening details, it says, later in the month. Art Gallery of Ontario will reopen July 2nd for members only, on July 23rd for everybody else. CN Tower, Janella, set to reopen its observation decks on July 15th. All visitors to the tower will be required to wear a face mask. Again, all tickets are going to be timed. We still haven't got any sort of reopening dates from Canada's Wonderland. Obviously, it's going to be tough for Wonderland to do anything right now with the rules that are in place out of Queen's Park. Castle Loma, Black Creek Pioneer Village also not detailing their reopening plans yet.
It will be a very interesting summer, things looking a lot different. Okay, it was a rough day on the markets, and it seems to all stem from some concerning news south of the border.
Yeah, did you see those case numbers in the States, Janella?
Oh, it's crazy.
Florida, 5,500 cases just in one day, the highest ever. Same story in Texas. California, more than 7,000 cases. It spooked financial markets today. When the closing bell rang there, we had the Dow down more than 700 points. TSX fell 270. The situation in the States leading some investors to question whether the economic reopenings will be reversed. Now, the outbreaks really giving the markets the unpleasant reminder that the pandemic is far from over and that the economic recovery may be slower than expected. Cruise stocks, hotel stocks hard hit. Janella, what's going on in the U.S. economically is a big concern for us, because as goes the U.S. economically, so goes Canada. So we're watching that closely. You and I are back just a little bit after 6:30. We're looking at the Department of Health in Ottawa throwing some shade on Toronto when it comes to face masks. We're talking about that after 6:30.
All right, we'll talk then.
Thanks.